Oh, I have a record option. Okay.
Okay, now we are recording. Awesome. So I said this to a couple people. I have not done this yet. This was just supposed to be kind of like a group effort of getting it done for people to walk through together. And so please, everyone, input is great. So I just ran the entire RSpec spec test suite just to see, because I know that there are errors that we need to work through before we can get moving in on user stories. So I guess we'll just work our way down. So it looks like we need to go to spec models course spec. So we'll just use Command P. There we go. Thank you, Rich, for that handy thing. And course validation is expected to validate that name cannot be empty falsy. I haven't had to do validations yet. So if anyone has input on how that is supposed to work, should this, it sounds to me like this should be, it should validate presence of name. And it needs to have something to do with empty falsy. Rich, yes,
Yeah,
please.
Rich has a contribution.
Yeah, so I think it uses, sorry, Michael, were you talking?
No, sorry.
So I think it follows like similar syntax to like the like have many type of thing. Like so for course, it looks like that's where our error is here. It needs to validate name cannot be empty falsy. So I think we want to open our course.rb model.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, Command P. I'm going to embrace this command. Let me split this to the right so we can see them side by side. Oh dear. Stop. Okay.
And so I believe the on line 2, we want to have, I think the syntax should be validates underscore presence underscore of. So yeah, I think it autofilled there. It needs to be plural, like validates instead of validate.
Oh, okay.
I believe. I think I was getting errors when I was messing around with that earlier.
Okay.
And then semicolon name.
Okay. And then we'll run our course spec, see where we get. All right, new error. Fantastic. So expected course to have a has many association called student courses, no association called student courses. All right. And it looks like over here in our spec, should have many student courses. So I would assume this should now just have, should have many student courses. Michael, yes, raise hand. Sorry, I'm not looking at the, I have my screen split, so feel free just to, hey y'all.
And so instead of have many, it's like Ashley has in the chat, has many student courses.
Okay.
And
Like I need to fix it in here too.
no.
Okay.
Let's make student courses a symbol. And how does the group feel about also doing the next one as well?
2 thumbs up from me.
Okay, cool. So then go ahead and line 3.5 has underscore many students, and then I believe comma, and then through, and I believe that this should be a symbol. Yeah, and then also another symbol in student courses, though I may have the colon on the wrong side of through though, but let's give that a shot.
Okay. Let's run our spec again.
So let's take a look. So that's not right.
Okay. Should have many students dot through.
I think that is right. I think we have to set up the other side of that relationship.
Okay. Because it looks like undefined class name is our new error. Okay, undefined class name or. And I'm assuming student courses or students is the undefined class name. So we can go look at. Students RB. And I'll just upload the student spec at the same time. Rich, this is magical. Thank you. I spend half my day looking for files.
It's such a better adjustment than scrolling like endlessly.
Man, huge. Oops, sorry, I already have this elsewhere. Let me get rid of this one. Huge difference. Okay. So we've got students. And it looks like a course spec should have many students through student courses. So that would mean student courses is our join table. Is that correct?
That sounds about right. Yeah. So if we were to, well, since we're here at the student, why don't we go ahead and say, like a student probably has many courses? Does that sound accurate?
That sounds right logically.
So yeah, space and then colon courses.
Okay.
And then let's go ahead and open up that the student courses class or model. Yeah, I apologize. I should say model.
Student.
Yeah, that was it actually.
Is it? Oh, there it is.
Yeah. And then on line 2, say belongs to student.
There we go.
Is it belongs to or is it belong to? Can someone please? It belongs to.
How does belongs?
It's plural.
Is it?
Thank you, Rich.
Okay.
And Darby.
It's the dumbest thing that like the conventions are just slightly different from the test to what it needs to be in the implementation code. It bugs the heck out of me.
That's so very annoying.
And then also on line 3, let's just kind of finish. Get close to finishing the circle and say belongs _to course.
Okay, just one singular.
I believe singular is fine.
Okay. All right, and let's run our spec just to see where we are for course spec. Awesome.
Party time.
The model's course spec is passing. So now we're going to run the whole test suite just to see where we are and where we need to get to. All right, model student spec. So we'll head there.
Yeah.
And student validation is expected to validate that name cannot be empty falsy. So this is probably going to be something very similar. Okay. And if we use our course as a bit of a template, does it matter the order of how these things get put in, or is there a convention I'm unaware of?
I think the convention is typically validates presence of, sorry, I spoke at a turn, validates presence of typically goes first, and then the relationships is what I believe the convention is.
Okay, thank you, because I wasn't.
I think one place where the order will start, so what Michael said is correct, but one place where the order will start mattering is like on your leftmost with courses. I think line 3 and 4, if those were switched, you're gonna get a failed test.
Interesting. Okay, that's good to know because I had no idea. Is that because you need,
Because of the through relationship, like that it needs to have the many of the student courses before it can go through that to get many students.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to cheat just a squidgen for time's sake, because we know it needs to validate name, age, and house. So can we do it this way? Or do we to do it one?
I'm pretty sure we have to do it individually.
Okay.
Rich, can you speak to that?
No, it works with the commas.
Oh, does it?
Okay, thanks, Rich.
Age and house. Let's run our specific specs, so we're not getting everything again, which is the models, student, spec. Attributes cannot be blank. What did I do?
In your student model, which is the middle window of your,
I'm in my courses, aren't I? Whoops. Thanks, Michael.
you're welcome.
All right, let's try this again, shall we? Yay.
So
All right,
only
student
2
validation,
remaining.
looking good. Okay. And sorry, Michael, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I apologize. Okay,
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't speaking. I'm I'm muting now.
talk a lot. All right, now we've got student relationships is expected to have many student courses, and relationships are expected to have many courses through student courses. And this is all contained within the student spec. So scooch this over here just a little bit. We need to add, and this is kind of what you were talking about. We have the has many courses, which we need to access first. And so now we need to do a similar thing that the class course has on line 4. So we have has many courses through student courses.
Just want to go ahead and thank you.
Typos, not my strong suit. We'll run this again.
So on line 3,
Huh?
is it supposed to be student courses?
Yep.
This,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Good
catch.
catch,
So-
Darby.
So if I were like looking at this and it was something else, I kind of see like on line 3, it has many student courses, and that thing becomes the through on
Mm.
line 4.
Okay. Awesome, thank you.
Welcome.
All right, let's see if this passes. Huzzah! All right, all of our tests are passing, I believe, at this time, but let's check again. They're running RSpec. And everything looks good. So we've cleared all of the initial errors, and I'm sorry, I have not been looking at chat, and we'll have that over here. I believe that's part of brownfield projects, is that you will come in and it will have errors you have to work through first before you really get started on the user stories. Does that sound accurate from what I understood from class today? Who knows? Awesome, fantastic. It's just a note I wrote to myself. Cool. Well, we will come down here and I'll open the user stories from the README. All right. This challenge me uses a many table. Migration's already built. Okay. So I guess we'll look at the schemas first, which should have happened. Oh, Control P. Schema. Should have been migrated over when I initially did the DB drop create migrate seed. So it looks like we've got courses, student courses, and that has course ID and student ID. Okay. Students. All right, foreign key. So student courses is our join table.
Yeah.
And that has courses and students. That makes sense to me.
Good to me too.
Okay. All right, oops. Okay, user story 1 of 4, as a visitor, when I visit students. I'll pull up routes as well. Oh, stop. Teach me this cool new thing. It's not routine yet. Oh, we have no routes. Awesome. Let me move this over here so we can see that while we're reading through. When I visit students, I see a list of students with the following information: name, age, house. And this is the example. So Cassiopeia Black, age 14, house Slytherin. Oh, Slytherin. Okay, well, I suppose everyone needs equal representation. All right, so I would imagine the first thing we need to do is make our routes. Does somebody want to walk me through how this first one should look?
Don't we need to do the test first?
Ah, TDD. Good call, Ashley. All right, so who would want to take me to the test? Don't everyone volunteer at once. Oh my goodness. All right, well, I guess.
All right, so, yeah, do you have a spec file? Is there already a spec file for?
Student spec, yep.
There's a model one.
All right, well, then I guess we have to create the DIRs, right? So we have to create the feature subdirectory in the spec directory.
Rich, how does one check to see if you already have a file like in it? Is it, how, do you have to enter in the path?
I've only entered in like the file name. I haven't tried entering
Okay.
the path before.
Cool.
But here I might actually revert to looking at the side pane, unfortunately.
That's totally fine. I just wondered if you had more magic to teach me. Okay, so we're looking for models, is that right?
I'm looking at the spec directory at this point because we're going to start building the spec file.
Models, students.
Yeah, so at this point, I would go ahead and create the features subdirectory in spec.
Okay.
Yeah, and FEA, cool. And then within the features directory, I would create a file called, what is it, student? Wow, wait, what is it? No, I'm sorry, I would create another directory called students. Yeah, and then in this one, I would create the, was it the index? Yeah, I would create the index underscore spec.
Is this the, okay,
So we're still doing the test at this
thank
point.
you.
You're welcome.
Okay,
And then I'm going to require the Rails helper underscore helper, and then set up the rspec describe block. Yeah, describe students, I guess we'll go with that.
would it
Let's
be?
just- Let's
in-
just keep it general.
Okay.
Students do, and then end, and then I would say describe index, or maybe hashtag index, maybe. I don't know if it's required.
That's what I do mine, so I think that's great.
We're on the same page then. Ashley has a question before we go on.
Yes, Ashley. I can't hear you. Oh, one more time.
Can you hear me?
Now we can.
Why is students a string?
That's what I was wondering. I was like, is this supposed to be the class students? Cool.
It doesn't necessarily matter. It's
Really?
kind of personal preference. Yeah, it really doesn't matter. I mean, it is what they taught us. However, it's kind of 6 in one, half dozen the other.
Okay, well, that's awesome to know.
And then on line 6, we'll say it shows a list of students information. Let's just say information, then do end. And then let's start writing stuff. Let's just say visit. And then, yeah, visit is fine. / students. And at this point, I would go ahead and fail the test, or
Lovely.
at least run the test. And the
Alright.
point of this is to see if I even have the route available to me, which I probably don't. Uninitialized constant students, what on earth is going on? Would we say our spec describes student? Would that be better?
Let's try. Yep. Singular. Good call.
So
All right.
now we see that error, and that error is very familiar to us, right?
Yes,
Cool.
no routes.
All right, so let's just do get, and then the path, and then comma. Yep, you got it.
So I'll try
And
to
then
get
let's
through this,
go
Michael.
start the strings, and we'll say students.
Is it students?
As a student, it's going to be, because now we're talking about the controller. So it's going to be, we want to go to the controller and then the action. So the controllers are plural. So
Okay.
we'll say students
And then
index.
we'll set index.
And we could fail, but I know that we need the student controller at this point.
Okay,
So yeah, we can just go over there and do that.
and so,
Indices. Sean, have you speak up about that?
yeah, where am I with?
Sorry, I'm trolling.
Troll away.
A troll.
Do I need to fix anything?
No.
That wasn't very convincing.
So,
Sorry.
yeah, Sean, speak a little bit more about that, please.
Speak a little bit more about what?
Indices.
Oh, it was intended to be a joke because we
Super.
had I would have been
Index.
talking about plurals, and I think indices is a funny plural for index.
I completely agree with you. I thought it meant like you need to check your indents. And I was like, I thought I've been so good, but please catch me if I'm not.
Sean, this is very serious business.
I know, I'm very embarrassed right now.
No, you're- and it's being recorded, which is even better for posterity.
I know someone's gonna see it.
Yeah, great. So I've missed a joke, and I'll continue to miss the joke in perpetuity. Awesome. So let's see. So we're making the controller now, yeah?
Mhm. Yeah,
And so let's create just like the controllers. Yeah, they don't live in subdirectories for some reason. So we'll just say students. Students underscore controller dot RB. Pardon me.
and
And
then do I need to make a spec for that as well?
not in mod 2, in mod 3 perhaps. So let's not make it more difficult than it already is and leave that out. So
Okay.
we'll just make it a class, and we'll call it the students controller, and then we'll make it inherit from the application controller. Yeah. And since this is a class, we'll go ahead and end, and let's just go ahead and create the index method now because we need it. I mean, the indices method. All right, people are listening. Awesome. So let's fail this test now and see what happens. Oh, I recognize that error. What does that mean, Annie?
That means we do not have a view available right now. So it is taking our request and we have hit the viewpoint, and it says we don't have any HTML to render. Yes.
Oh, yeah. So, and then since I volunteered for this test, I'll see it through to the end. The views subdirectory is what we're looking for now.
There we go.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and make not in the layouts, in the actual views subdirectory, yeah. And we'll call it students.
I apologize in advance. It does this to me sometimes where it pops me out into a different window.
Yeah, that's a preference you have set up, but you can fix that, but I don't know what it's called.
Cool. I will talk with you about that later because it drives me
Yeah.
freaking crazy.
Okay.
So this is
Yeah.
going to be the HTML ERB, correct?
Well, we just want the subdirectory at this point. So
Oh,
we have the
yes.
student subdirectory, and within the student subdirectory, we're going to go ahead and make that HTML file. And I think that were on the path with what it should be. So we actually want to call this the same name as the method in the controller. Cool. Thank you,
Better?
Annie. I think it's great.
Okay.
And so this is a view, so we don't really need to add anything here, but yeah, let's leave it as it is.
Fail the test again, see where we are.
I don't know if we'll fail, but yeah, go ahead.
Run the test again, I should say.
Yay!
It passes. Well done, Michael. Thank you so much.
That's my contribution.
That's awesome. All right. Let's see. All right, as a visitor, when I visit students, I see a list of students with the following information. So we have made the route. And we have a view.
Oh,
and
I guess
now, don't
I
we
guess I
need-
should finish this test, shouldn't I? I just got you to the page. So, all right. So we now know in our test that we can visit the page, and now we have to test for the rest of the information. So we will say we need to write more, or at least an assertion for the test. So in the index spec, where did it go? Where's the rest of the stuff?
I'm sorry, let me, one sec, let me just, there's so many files, I haven't figured out a happy system for myself yet, so I apologize if this is a little bit
It's all right.
all over the place.
So when we visit the students page, we can just say, let's say have expect, and then page dot to have content. I don't, something is happening in chat and I don't know what it is. Let's just say, let's see. Let's just say Cassiopeia Black for now as a string.
Oh gosh, let me just copy paste because I
please.
don't want to butcher that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy chainsaws. All right, happy little chainsaws. All right, so let's go back to the students controller now.
Okay.
And let's grab all the students and say on line 3.5, say at students equals, this is funny, student.all. I'm trying to focus, people. And now we know that we have all the students. And so now over on over in the view, I'm kind of cheating a little bit. So over in the view, let's just say, let's make some ERB tags. And do you have the ERB extension for VS Code yet? No? All right, that's fine.
I'll
I'll just,
once I hit it like the percentage, but no.
yeah, I'll just say this as a
The name
sort
out
of-
loud so I can download it.
Yeah.
They call the
so
Modello.
I'll tell you exactly what it is. And I'll throw it in chat a little bit later. So let's just add at students.each do.
This has to be all in the one.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Each do. Yeah, and then we're gonna pipe in a student, and then let's go ahead and
Oh, for
just
the
that
love of cats.
percent sign. We're not in a rush, and it's all
I
right.
know, it's just, there we go.
All right, and now let's go ahead and correct the name of that student, that piped in
Ah.
variable.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And now on the next line, this is end this with an unexpressed ERB tag. Yeah, that's good. And then on line 1.5, all right, we'll go ahead and we'll express student.
So that,
We
don't you?
just,
No.
yeah, we just want the student at
Yeah,
this
oh
point.
my gosh.
It's okay.
Dot name?
Yeah, let's do that for now. Can anyone verify if I need that equal sign on line 1?
Oh,
We actually don't want it here because that's going to give us the return value. So that would give us the original index.
It's a great
thank
point.
you.
Thanks, Rich. Okay, so now before this will pass, though, what we need to do is we need to add I believe we need to add a student to the test itself. So in the test file, yes, you're in the right place.
Do you want me to do it
Um,
before each do, or would you like me to put it just in this test?
Right now, let's just put in the describe blocks. And if we want to move it later, we can move it later. Let's just do, I don't know, student equals student. Dot create. By the way, you have created the databases.
I didn't
Rich says that
check
we
to see
have,
if there's
so
speeds, but yeah, it has like,
like we ran Rails DB
yes,
migrate.
yes.
Okay, all right, cool.
I
So
do
let's,
have.
yeah, that's awesome. So let's go ahead and pass the parameters here and say name. Actually, why don't we just copy and paste from line 48 in that README? Yeah, let's make things easy. All right, and let's go ahead and close those. Well, yeah, that's right. Yeah, all right. Yeah, you got it. Do your thing. And I will read chat in the meantime.
Yes, about your new book deal. Okay. Does that look right to everybody?
Thumbs up. Yeah, there's thumbs up
Yes.
there.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, peeps.
So now let's just think about what we have here, right? So we have in this test, we're creating a student, and we have in fact migrated and created the test database. So it's there, so that's fine. We're going to visit the page and we're going to expect that. And then it will show the student's name. I don't know. I realize that this is an incomplete test and we still need to test for Asian house to show up in the view, but let's just run it at this point because I don't know. That's the fun part.
And this is students
Fun.
index spec. Huzzah.
Hey, cool. All right. So lines 2.5 and beyond that in the view, same thing, just student.age, student.house.
Okay, I'm gonna just cheat and copy paste.
And so that's, so I did that test from start to finish. So that's my contribution.
You did fantastic, Michael. Thank you so much for your
I'm gonna-
contribution.
I'm going to blush. Thank you for the
I will.
applause.
Second, the book deal. Very calming. All right. So I'm gonna just add on a couple extra tests here to make sure that this page actually shows up with the name and age of our student. These aren't super complete tests because I should probably have like age 14, but for now. Other. Cool. And let's see if it runs with all three. Still. Huzzah. Well done. Okay. So that's user story 1. Nice job, Michael. User story 2, as a visitor, when I visit students ID, I see a list of students' courses. Ooh, Defense Against the Dark Arts, Herbology, and Potions. Who would like to lead through this one? Or at least start us off? A brave soul. Probably a Hufflepuff or a Gryffindor. No one?
I can do this one.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah. So as a visitor, when I visit students ID, I see a list of the students' courses. And that's it. Cool. So for this one, we will be going to we'll be creating a new features file, I believe, in our spec. Sorry. So back down to our spec. Let's go to spec and inside feature or features/students. We'll go ahead and create a new file called show_spec.rb.
Okay.
This is the show page. So we do require Rails helper. And then open up an RSpec describe block. I didn't know that you could do student for the, that still applies here?
Like the class versus string.
Yeah, I've just been doing strings. So,
Oh, I've only ever used classes, so the string was a surprise to me.
dang,
Okay, and it was singular, correct?
why we do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, student.
Okay.
Do. And then we'll do, I guess a new describe block, describe hashtag show.
Okay. Why is this? I'm learning, I just made the transition to VS Code for this one, and so I'm still learning all of the little.
Yay,
oddities.
welcome to the dark side.
Okay,
Okay, so to build out this test, it I guess shows a list of students' courses.
oh my gosh, of a student's.
Nice, and we can put a view on the end of that. And
Oh, 1, 2, 3, nope, that's right.
yeah, and then I think we're gonna want an instance of a student right away, so maybe we just copy the one that we just made. Yeah.
Perfect, I was hoping you'd let me cheat. Thank you.
Perfect. And then we're gonna go ahead and visit slash students slash, and then I guess hashtag open curly braces student dot ID.
Okay.
Wonderful. And then I guess we can build out the whole test here probably.
Sounds great.
Oh, we need a course as well then. So
Okay.
yeah, let's copy. Always.
So would this be,
Capital. Oh, wait.
yeah, I don't think I'm not sure if we.
Oh, actually, sorry. This is how I know to do it. I know that there's other ways to do it. I would do it by creating the course itself first. So uppercase course
Okay,
dot create with a bang, and then we'll do name. And then yeah. Perfect. So the one I've been doing, so yeah, on the next line, we'll do student.
this is all. I'm not ignoring you, I swear. Okay,
Dot courses. And then we'll do the shovel operator
oh, cool.
and do course one. And I'm 90% sure that works. Maybe if someone wants to jump in and confirm or deny.
I had no idea you could do this, so I think this is really cool.
Cool. Well, we're about to find out if I'm just full of hot air or not. Okay, so and then here we can do expect page dot to, and then space have underscore content, open parentheses, and we'll just say course one dot name.
Interval, no,
I think we can just do it.
Yeah. okay,
Cool.
run test.
So let's fail the test.
Okay. Where's back? Teachers, students, show. Yay, no route,
No route.
new error.
New error. Yeah, so let's go to perfect. And we'll do get parentheses slash. Ooh, we gotta get that slash. Yeah. Students slash colon ID. And that'll go to, and that'll be, yeah, students show.
Okay,
Beautiful.
run it again.
Let's go.
Yay, new error. I love new errors because it means I've made some progress.
I do like think that's a difference between mod 1 and mod 2 is like errors are comforting in mod 2. In mod 1 they were like terrifying.
So many tears in mod 1.
Yeah, and here it's like red text is telling you what to do next. It's the best.
Here's your path.
Yeah.
All right.
So we need a controller, or no, we need an action show for the controller.
All right, we already have this pulled up somewhere. I've touched it once. So let me move that. Okay.
And we'll do def show. And for time's sake, I would probably create an instance method right here at student, or I said method, I meant variable.
Oh, yes, I understand.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just getting my vocab wrong. And I think for this one, because we're going to show just a single student's information, we'll call it a student with no S.
Okay.
And it'll equal uppercase student dot find, and then in parentheses params square bracket, yeah, ID.
There we go.
Wonderful.
Runner again.
Let's go.
Okay, we'll run the RSpec. Yay!
New error.
New error.
Woohoo! So we're going to the views.
All right.
So for this one, we
have one.
yeah, we need to create one, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, perfect. You're
Right.
on it.
A new file. So this would be the show.html.erb.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. We scooch this over here with its other view friend. All right.
Cool. So in here, we're gonna do a. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember what the user story was now.
Oh yeah. Here, let me pull it up.
We're just
So,
like so far removed.
no, I know there's so many files I haven't organized stuff. So as a visitor, when you visit students ID, you see a list of the student courses.
Okay, cool. Student courses. So I don't know. I usually start by putting like an H1 tag. And then in there, putting like embedded Ruby tag with the equals. And just put @student.name in there. Just give it like a heading. Look nice.
Question about kind of practice. Are you supposed to have a gap between the embedded Ruby tag and the actual item of being embedded? Or should it be squashed right up against each other? Like, do I need these spaces or should it be no space? Or it doesn't matter?
If someone has a strong opinion, you should speak up, but I always put the space because it looks nicer to me.
Yeah, I agree. I believe it's like a developer empathy thing, you know, like if there's a little bit of space between those percentage signs, it's just easier on my own eyes to see.
Perfect.
My own 2 cents.
Appreciate the feedback. Thank you.
Yeah, I did it as like a self-empathy thing. Can't read it otherwise.
Understand.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so we need a list now of the students' courses. So I think what we can do here is do another embedded Ruby tag without an equal sign. And do @student dot courses dot each and then do in the pipes course.
Cool.
And then yeah, indented in now. We'll do another embedded Ruby tag with the equal sign now. And then we'll just do course.name. Wonderful. And then we can just end that out.
With the non-equals because we don't want to see this, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I think this might do it.
Shall we see?
Let's take a peek, see.
Well done.
Woo.
Fantastic.
It is nice to get green text when you're expecting green text. So,
Yes.
or when you're like hoping for green text.
Fantastic. Awesome job. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Well done. All right. So we're gonna scooch on to user story 3 of 4. As a visitor, when I visit courses, I see a list of courses and the number of students enrolled in each course. And we've got a couple of examples down here. Defense Against the Dark Arts, there's 5 students, and Herbology has 10 students. Who would like to take user story 3 of 4? I have faith in all of you.
I can go ahead and give this one a shot.
Yay, thanks, Rich.
Okay,
send me that
so. Yep, you got me.
I can't see everybody in chat, so I'm sorry.
So I think we're going to go ahead and start by creating a new subdirectory within features for courses.
Okay. Features. Models, so it will be features and then a new folder underneath features or contained within.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to go with courses. And then within there, I believe we would want to create a index underscore spec.rb.
Okay. I'm just gonna move
And
this over to the other ones of our specs for the moment.
that works, like keeping the spec files organized. So we'll start with require Rails helper. And then rspec.describe. And course, it's the singular, right? So
I think so, yeah.
course and do. And then let's go ahead and close out our end. Perfect. And so we'll do a describe block here as a visitor.
Is it
Do and close that out. And then we'll do an it block. And we'll do I see a list of courses and the number of students enrolled in each course.
okay?
Let's go ahead and cheat a little bit in the interest of brevity and take the student and course that Sean created.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay. Oh, both of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and just copy and paste.
Will
both of
you
those
want
over.
this student courses shovel as well?
Yes.
Stop. Ooh. Not annoying at all. Okay.
And I'm not OCD, but can you just tab those over one more time for me?
Yes, to the right.
Yes,
Okay,
thanks.
no worries.
And
I
Michael
fix
calling
for
me
you?
out. I feel seen. I feel seen.
It's gonna be so
Um,
weird though, because it's got this great shape to it, which is what it's supposed to look like.
So to be maybe a little bit more robust in our testing here, let's go ahead and add another student. And then we can add another course as well. So we could just do a Command Shift D on line 7 and do student 1.
Let me write that down really fast because I can't remember that one to save my life.
Really? Oh man, I say just do it as often as possible. And that's the fastest way to remember it.
There's so many short keys. I learned a lot from Rich in our group project and I can't remember it all. Okay, so Command Shift D, fantastic. I'm just going to change this to course 2 and student 2 for posterity,
Yep.
just not confusing.
And let's change a little bit of the information. So I guess let's do Sirius Black for this student.
Like it.
This is a reboot. So going back in time here.
Like it.
We can change.
16?
Yeah, change that. And I think he was a Gryffindor, right?
He wasn't a Slytherin? No, I
think
feel
so.
seen if I'm wrong.
Must be contextually accurate, please.
I waste so much time, like even like when I'm peer reviewing other people's code and like testing like things that like looking up like, okay, which director made which movies? I swear I'm not OCD though.
No, I feel seen. Is this spelled right? Gryffindor.
I think it's 2 Fs.
Okay, it looks really weird. Okay.
Yeah, that looks good. That looks good enough.
Okay.
And then we'll just do for that new course that we created, named Charms. Just
Okay.
keep it short and sweet.
Okay.
And let's do a Command Shift D on line 12, but take the updated. Yeah.
So, courses 2. So each student is getting 1 course.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Perfect. Okay. And so let's go with visit open quotes / courses.
Okay.
And then we would do an expect to have content.
And this.
And so let's just go with Defense Against the Dark Arts first. So we'll just go with
Oh,
that
this is-
one.
Okay, I'm not typing with, I'm just typing this.
You could yeah, you could type it, or you could do the like dot name for that course. Either one works.
Okay. So we'll do name. Okay. And same for the course 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, and actually, I didn't read that carefully enough the first time. So looks like they actually are giving us the layout that they want that. So we're getting the course name there, but we're going to want to use string interpolation to get the formatting correctly. So yeah, if we could wrap those in open and close quotes and then do, yep, perfect. And then do a semicolon after that. And it should just be one person enrolled in each of these. So yep, that looks good. And then same thing with the following line.
What the heck? Come on. Okay. I like it.
And actually, let's maybe just add one more student to one of the courses so we can have like the add function, make sure that that's totaling correctly. So yeah, student 3, we'll do Regulus, I suppose.
Yes.
And he was a Slytherin, but we can leave that. That's all right.
I think that might
So
bother you back on the video. If I leave it, I will have, there we go. Okay, and so,
now we want to add one of those courses for him. So we can do Defense Against the Dark Arts for him. So student 3 and taking just course 1.
okay,
So then I think we want to update that too. Yep. That looks good to me. Let's get a failed test here.
okay, teachers, courses, index. Yay, failed test.
All right. That's the expected error that I was hoping for. So
No route
let's go
match.
to our routes file then and do online 4.5 get.
Do you mind if, because it's a different kind of.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Give it a break, okay.
Yeah, good call. So courses. And then close quotes, comma. 2 courses, hashtag index, I think this should be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think we can go ahead and just, I think we know where the next error is going to lead us. So we can add a index method to our courses controller.
They make these for us already. No,
Do we have, okay, we don't have a course.
Nope. Would you like me to add
Um,
one?
Yes, please.
Okay, so new file. Yeah, Michael, we're gonna have a conversation because that is unacceptable.
Yeah, keep your expectations low, please.
Oh, that hurts my feelings. So courses, it's plural because there's multiple, and controller.rb.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna move this.
And so in here,
RB files real fast.
so in here, I think we'll just do class courses controller, capital C, capital S, or capital C, capital C. Don't mind me not being able to spell. And then inherit from application controller.
Okay,
And let's go ahead and do a def index.
okay,
And I think if we run the test now, we should get a missing view.
let's see if you're right. Ding, ding, ding.
Awesome.
Nice job, Rich.
Okay. So I know we'll need more with our index method here. I think we can just reach into let's do an instance variable at courses equals courses dot all, I think, right? Or course dot all.
Course. Okay,
And so that should give us all of our courses. So I think let's go ahead with our, we might need more here later, but let's go ahead with our view for now.
okay,
So creating a new subfolder within views for courses.
okay. Oh, biscuits. Folder, courses.
And within there, let's make a index dot html dot erb.
Oh, biscuits. Okay, I'm gonna move this over to the rest of the views so they're all together.
Perfect.
Okay,
And so here, let's do a h1 tag. And we'll just do courses. Should be fine. And then let's do embedded Ruby tag. We don't need the equal sign though. And we'll do at courses dot each do.
courses.html, and then course.
Yep, that works. And we'll do I forget what did you call these characters again for the embedded Ruby types? The like gobble percentage equal? Is that
Gobble Modelo.
The gobble gobble.
gobble Modelo.
Now I feel seen.
So we'll do the gobble Modelo, and we'll do course dot name. And let's close out and end. We're going to need some more information for the total. I'm trying to think. This is like the line that I'm still kind of trying to figure out is like where our model should start doing the lifting and not having our controller doing it.
So Amanda got feedback, I think from Chris or for someone who Chris talked to, and Chris pretty much said anything that is not all or find should not be in your controller. So if it's
Okay.
any other active record method, your model should be doing that because that's more data manipulation than direction.
Okay. So I think we want to go ahead and create a model test then for courses.
Okay, do I have that?
Or actually, this is, no, it's the number of students enrolled in the course. So I think that would go, would that go in the student model then? Is that right?
I know, let me read back through this README because I think they talked. No, I lied. Big liar. Isn't this our kind of our join table for that?
Yeah. So Ashley said in chat, the student underscore courses. That makes sense to me.
Okay.
So do we don't have a model or a spec file for this yet, correct?
We have a spec model file for course spec, student course, and student spec. As
Okay.
far as models go, we've got controllers, and we have a course model, a student course model, and a student model. So we do have access to all of those.
Okay, fantastic. So let's go ahead and open up the model file since you have it right there. And we'll circle back to that in a minute because TDD.
Okay. Do you want the student courses pulled up?
Yeah, pull that up and then pull up the spec file for that as well.
Okay. Let me get in my specs. Student courses, spec, features, models, student course spec, jeepers criminy. All right.
Okay, so model testing here.
So it looks like we've got our relationships described already, which is good.
Yeah, Sean, you're making me second guess myself here. Because that's kind of what I was initially thinking, but like it's like the number of students that are in that course, right?
So you would run, you would make a method like count of students that would be applied to a course that would be enrolled.
That
Yeah, so
sounds good.
So that would be in the course model then. That makes sense to me too, Rich. I'm the way that thinking through that. Because if it's being called in the course class.
Can we pump the brakes here a little bit?
Yeah.
Because this is bringing up like a conversation of like, what's the point of the join table?
Yeah, I don't know.
So like, yeah, Can anyone answer that? And honestly, I don't know the answer. Like, what is the point of the join table? Aside from, go ahead, Rich.
Go ahead. So I was gonna say, and maybe this is incomplete, but like my take on like the join table is that it's linking multiple tables together, right? Like the two tables that otherwise wouldn't be able to be connected because it's a many-to-many relationship that like without that join table, you wouldn't be able to have that relationship. You would only be able to have like a single foreign key. So like a one-to-many relationship.
So like the point is that table's going to sit there, but we won't necessarily reference it at all, or at least not right now. Is that kind of the idea?
Well, that's what I'm kind of still working through, is that like multiple ways of like leveraging like this information here. And like if there's something on your mind with like a better way that we could access this data, I'm definitely all ears, because I'm kind of still wrestling with that in my head.
Well, I mean, I would just say, like, if we stop thinking about the join table as something that we can access or need to access, but can if you want to. Like, it's there, but it doesn't need to do anything. Annie has a question.
Do you need a join table when you only have 2 classes that you're trying to interact with?
Yes.
Yes, so,
be-
yeah,
Because they're many to many.
okay, so you always need a join table with a many-to-many relationship. It doesn't matter how many manys you have. Okay.
It's a lot of
Okay.
manys. That's many manys. That's
Many
many,
manys.
many manys. I'm gonna stop now. I'm getting dizzy. All right, so like if this, then the join table is just something that like it can be looked at, but we don't need to look at it right now. So moving forward, right? Like, bless you, Rich. The courses is just a thing. So like courses would be the place to like do what we're trying to accomplish. Right.
Okay. It sounds right. I support this theory.
It's just the silky dulcet tones of Michael Marchand making it sound good.
Okay, so both Sean and Michael are saying courses are the places to do this, so I'm not going to argue.
Okay, thank you for paying attention to chat, because I haven't been able to keep up with that. All right, so we need the courses model file then. Yes.
Yep, courses model, and then the model spec.
Okay. Do we have a model spec? Controller. Oh, for the love of pants, you taught me this. Courses spec models, yes. Let me put this. Oh, I already have it. Because we touched it earlier. Okay, so we've got course model file, and then we've got the course spec file. Okay.
So I think for this model test, let's go ahead and just grab the setup that we wrote for the courses index page.
This?
Yes, so all of that. And let's
go ahead. Sorry.
so let's start a new describe block and or do we want to just do an if block with the test here? Because I think I guess we could do a describe block with behavior and then put our methods under there. So do and then end, and then let's do it. And so we need a method name here. So student underscore count seems reasonable to me.
I like it.
And let's go ahead and paste in that huge block of that we did.
Why?
And yeah, on 23.5, let's go ahead and do expect. And then I'm trying to think. So we would call student dot count on a
Course?
yeah, that sounds right to me.
Because that would be the method that we're going to create that tells us how many students are in the course that we're asking about, correct?
Yep, yeah, so that looks great. So we would do a .2 equal. And I think this one has 2 students, right? For course 1.
Yep,
Okay. And then let's do a Command Shift D real quick and do course 1.
thank you. Make me learn this.
Um,
It's gonna save me so much
course-
time.
Course 2, and it should only have 1 student.
Okay,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Could we stub the student underscore count method?
That's an interesting thought. What's the thinking behind why we might do that here?
Oh, just because is the student underscore count method created yet?
Not yet, but that's what we're like TDDing for, right?
Okay, yeah. And then never mind, that's a bad idea. Forget I said anything. All right, bye.
Okay, so in our courses model, then let's,
should we run this test and just see what the error is for those that aren't used to
yeah, sure. Good
run
call.
that yet? Okay, we'll run our spec. And it's not a feature, this is a model, so do that. Undefined method student count, exactly what we were expecting.
All right, I like to see that error. So let's go ahead and do a def student underscore count. And trying to think of, so self would give us access to the object that we are calling the method on. So I think that would give us course 1, right?
Would you like to run try and find out kind of what we have access to?
Yeah, that's definitely a good idea.
Okay,
So
Right.
I think params is only in our controller. So I think self
Oh.
is what we're working with in mod in
thank you. Okay,
okay. So that does give us our course. And if anyone else has any ideas here, I'm kind of stumbling a little bit, so feel free to jump in if you're having light bulb moments for how we would reach into. I think we could do.
interesting.
Go
Okay.
ahead, Sean.
Sorry, Rich, I wanted to just point out, if you look at your test that we set up on like line 21 through 23, that is possibly a way that we could reach into students from courses as well. I guess that's the opposite way.
So like student. Courses. Very unhappy. Could we do courses dot student?
Well, hold on. Sorry, I don't mean to
you're
assert
good.
myself so much. What does the error say though? It says, did you mean students? So let's try students dot courses. I don't know. Just want to see what happens.
I think Michael's onto something here. I think course dot student. So if we do self dot students, I think that should give us something to work with.
Bing, bing, bing.
Hey,
Awesome.
Cry, nice job.
So I think we do a count or a size on that. Should be
So,
exactly what we're looking for.
now,
Yeah.
which one is the better one to use for this instance when you're trying to get it?
I think count is the one that's both a active record method as well as a regular Ruby method, right? So that's the one we would want to reach for.
Hold please.
Sean nodding his head emphatically.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, look at that.
Perfect. So I think if we put copy and paste exactly that where our binding.pry is.
Right. Cry or friend.
All right. Thanks, Sean.
Okay, let's get out of that. Shall we run the test and see what we get?
Yeah, let's do it.
Took out my pry. Glorious. How exquisitely
Fantastic.
beautiful.
Thank you everyone for the for the help and the feedback on this one.
Nice job, Rich.
Teamwork,
Go team.
teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Everyone's doing such a great job.
So before we move on,
Uh-huh.
Annie, I am OCD.
Yes.
Would you like to remove that error at the beginning of your RSpec thing every time you run it?
Oh, so much.
All right.
This?
So yeah.
Yes, I hate this so much.
Please type the following command: gem uninstall diff .lcs. I'm sorry, dash LCS, I believe it is.
This?
Dash LCS, yeah. Let's scroll up a little bit. I just want to make sure I've got the name right for the gem. Diff dash LCS. Okay, down. And so space and the V flag, which is just the dash V, other way around. It's like Charlie, it's like Willy Wonka. Wait, flip that. And now space 1.4.4. And now please hit enter.
The fact that you have this memorized is both impressive.
And you have successfully uninstalled diff LCS. Now do the up arrow twice and run it.
Oh my gosh, that's glorious. If anybody wants this posted in our, if someone would like to post that in our channel, I am sure there are other people that are not attending tonight that would also love to not have that anymore, because it brings me much sadness. So, not that I'm dramatic or anything. Awesome.
Biscuits.
Biscuits. That's me trying to control this situation that kind of talks on its own sometimes and gets me into trouble. So fantastic. That's user story 3 of 4. We only have one more user story left. And
well, I think,
yes.
sorry to interject. I think we need to add this piece too, because we sidetracked to put the model here, but I think we still need to update our view. Like if we were to run our spec for our feature test, I think that we're still going to fail on there because we're not yet using the student count.
Yes, so courses. No, it's the show page.
No, this is indexed.
I tried to jump ahead. Thank you, Rich. Don't listen to me. Never a good plan. All right. Awesome. So we have a new error expected to find the text, defense against dark arts. So to me, that means we have to go back to our view and actually tell it what to output. Does that sound about the right pathway?
Yep, it looks like based on that error that we've got like the first part of it, we've got the course, we just need the colon and then the course count. So let's go ahead and I think we want to make this a string so we can do string interpolation. So yep, perfect. And then a octothorpe.
Okay.
And after the close curly braces, yep, and then space, and then octothorpe. And I think we will just do course.student count, I believe.
Okay.
And I think that should be everything that we need.
All right, shall we try running the test again?
Let's give it a try.
Oh my gosh, Michael, thank you for that, getting rid of that stupid space filling item. Yay! It passes.
Right.
That's awesome. Thank you for catching me on that. I'm sorry I attempted to bail ship before it was actually done. I didn't mean to.
You're good.
Okay. All right, I'm just gonna run our specs back just to see where we are with things. Make sure we don't have any weird errors. Huzzah! Glorious green text everywhere. So everything is passing through user story 3 of 4. I know it's getting late for some people, so if we can get through user story 4 of 4 recommend trying the extensions on your own or in groups a little bit later. So who would like to take us home and do this user story 4.4? As a visitor, when I visit students, I see the average of all students. One last confident individual. Thank you, Sean, Michael, and Rich for taking us this far. And it can be a group effort. If someone wants to drive pieces, we can do pieces too.
I can try to start us off, but
You're
we'll
gonna
see
do
how
awesome.
far I get.
You're gonna do awesome.
Okay, so when we visit the students page, we'll see an average age of all students. So I think this is going to be a test in our features first.
And
Should be a model test first.
I like the idea of this being a feature test, and Andy, you can add the path there to drill down to the file you're looking for, I believe.
Complete, does it? No, okay. So I can do features.
Yep. So there it is.
Oh. Man, it's like brain Christmas today. I am learning so much.
Brain
Thank you.
Christmas.
Oh, the fact this is permanently recorded is embarrassing. All right, so would you like me to go to spec feature students index, Darby?
I'm thinking it would maybe be index, but I'm not 100% sure. So if it's just the student path, that makes me think it would be on the index.
Okay, can I take 2 minutes and just kind of clear up these windows because I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed? Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Ah, my OCD is contagious.
Nah, I hit, there's like an end point where I'm like, okay, even my brain has fewer tabs than this, and I can't abide. The dude does not abide. Okay. I'll leave that. I don't need the schema. Okay, let's do this again. So we've got features. Oh, this is fan-freaking-tastic. Students, index spec, and then is this where you wanted me to kind of start and then pull up the model folder as well?
So I don't think we need the model quite yet. I don't know. I feel like we will need a model test at some point because we'll be some like manipulating the age to get the average. But I think we can start with the feature test.
I'll at least kind of pull this up here so we don't forget about it.
Yeah.
I'll co-sign that.
Thank you.
I like it. Okay. This is the student RB I've got elsewhere. All right, I am now in your spec features students index spec file.
Okay, so I think I would make a describe block for, let's see, average, I don't know what to call it here, average age of students.
Not a method name, just a, okay.
Oh
I-
yeah, you could, well,
It'll be in our, like the method name will be on our model spec, yes?
that's how I've been doing it, but if anyone else has some better practices, I am very much so open to hearing them. So then I would say it shows the average age of students.
Is it all students?
I
All.
believe it's all students.
I'll put that in there so it's specifies that it's not a specific subset or anything.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then is are all of your instances of the objects, are those? Okay, so I guess copy line 7 into this it block. And then, so we're going to be visiting, so visit, and in quotes /students. and then expect page to have content. So
Should I?
both of your ages are 14, so the average is
Yes.
going to be
I
We-
didn't know how many students you wanted, before I started adjusting them.
Can we make we can make 3 students or 2 students, and then can we change the ages of them?
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh, don't I can't do that math in my head.
We'll do. There we go. They'll be elder students. And then should I just
So
change quick names just to something like, I don't know,
that works.
but
Just
that
so
way
they're
we can,
different.
there we go.
Okay, so I need to figure out what the average is of 14, 19, 18.
Remarkably, it's 17 bang on,
Wow. Okay,
like
so
17.0.
How would you like me to display that?
so on line 25, expect page to have content 17.
Okay,
Is that, will someone please confirm it is in fact exactly 17?
I thought you
Like
did this.
17 point, like 17.0?
Sean is, and James are both confirming your mathematic prowess.
I don't know, what are the chances? Like, that's like a prime
And
number,
Sean is
isn't it?
showing proof in the video that you're amazing. Okay,
Okay,
well,
so then
Go ahead.
my next step, I guess, would be to run the test.
okay. So we'll run our spec features, students, index. Expected to find 17 in. That's,
Okay.
I got,
Oh,
I'm just wondering, further expect, shouldn't it be average age? Should have average age 17
like as the output.
in your expect page, or expect page to have content average age 17.
Okay. So would we do like, oh, and these are all the same student. I'm just gonna, I forgot to do that.
I'm just looking at the user story.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
that's, thank you for paying attention to that. Like that.
yes.
And then would we
And so-
interpolate?
No, I think it's just 17. Well, it depends on if you want to use, but no, I think it'd be 17, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so like, another way, like this is like, it's a brittle unit test, because if you were to add another student, it would break. But for tonight, this is fine. In my opinion.
Sounds good. So should I run this again? I feel like
Let's do it. Okay, so now we need to make, I think that's fine, and we need to just make the, well, I don't know. Because it already has the route, so we don't need to make a new route. It already has the index method, so we don't need to make a new index, but we will probably need to alter the existing index method to.
So, oh, go ahead, Darby. Don't let me
Oh,
cut
no.
you off.
I was just
Okay.
gonna say alter the existing index method, but I'm not sure if that's the correct route to go.
So right now, like my approach, and I know that everybody asked, I would take a look at the error and I would see expect to find text average age 17 in this string. And that string is all the text that's on the page, right?
Like
So
that.
I would try to get as close to everything on the page, and you know what I mean, except for 17. And then we're worry about getting the 17 on there. Does that make sense?
Michael, are you talking about expect page to have content average age? And then another expect?
No, James, what I'm saying is, looking up at the, I'm using my mouse, like you all can see it. In the terminal, I see the expected to find text average age 17 in this string, right? That string there at that end of that red line is all the text from the index page that our spec found.
Hey y'all, I gotta go find my little dog really fast. I just heard some livestock commotion and I can't find her. So I'm gonna be back in just a couple of minutes. I'm just gonna stop recording for just a sec, if that's okay.
Okay, that's fine. That's what our spec is seeing on the page.
She's alive. Okay.
So like what I'm saying is I would add stuff to the index page now to get it as close to that, and then try to find a way to add 17 on there. Or I may even like go so far as like try to add everything that needs to be on that page. Does that make sense? How about this? Oh, go ahead, James.
I was just thinking about like, so that expected, would you almost kind of copy and paste that? Or you're just talking about putting it in there to actually test for that?
Yeah, sorry, copy and paste what?
So copy and paste the error, like expected to find. I know that's almost just like kind of cheating the system, but
If you're not cheating, you're not trying, right? So I mean, I think that's a good idea. I firmly believe that. So I'd say like on line 25, let's copy the stuff in have content. All right. So just the string average age 17. And then Darby, do you mind if I speak up?
No, go.
Okay.
Keep-
And
keep going,
navigate.
good.
So let's go over to the students index view at this point.
Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I will get back. My dogs are fine. I just am a little.
Yeah, worried. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well, like,
There we go.
were they found? Let's pause
Yes.
right here. And
Yes, the little dog came in the dog door. She's just a senior, 12 pounds. I have horses and I heard gallivanting out there and I just wanted to make, she has seizures. And so I just want to make, she's totally fine. Just scared.
she's safe. Okay, good.
Yes. And my idiot dog is always fine. Okay, so open to the side. So this is our app view students.
Yeah, and so this is the view. So I would like somewhere else on this page, so maybe line 5.5. I would add, let's just add like a paragraph, right? Like a P tag, I guess we'll say that. And then we'll just paste the string now, and we'll close that P tag. And, you know, that 17, I would remove that 17 at this point.
Okay.
And I think we can get rid of the quotes too. I think that's fine.
Okay.
I am OCD. So, all right. Now like we'll still fail, but like the only thing that we're failing for now is the 17. And we know that the 17 will be dynamically created through that model method that Darby's gonna show us how to create here in a second. Or maybe not.
I can. But first we need to make a test.
Yes,
Yeah.
Good answer.
I like it.
So it's like it's a little strange, right? Because we're leaving this test unpassing and going to make another test.
In our model spec,
Does everyone want to do that now?
because we have to manipulate data. Yes, that's why it's in the model. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Rich this is very similar to what you were doing at this point. So I feel like, you would be better to speak up about how to tackle this.
I would be better to be thrown under the bus, is what you're saying.
No, I think I think you would know how to do this better than I would be able to at this point.
And Darby,
Well, I think Darby said she's good with taking a crack at the test. I can chime in if needed, but unless you want me to take it away, Darby, I'm happy. I'm fine either way. I'll defer to you. What do you
I
want?
can start us off, and then if I have trouble, there's plenty of minds to help. Okay, so I think we need to go, so if we're making a model test, I think that's what we decided.
yeah,
And I think this would be in the students model spec, so student spec in models.
think, okay, let me put that with a spec friend. Okay,
And then on line 15, describe instance methods. And then it shows the average age of all students.
can I ask a quick question? Because I actually I'm sorry, I've got an airplane coming over. Can you, I know you can, is it convention? Could I put like my goodness, can I put all of my instance methods in one describe block like this when I'm doing my testing? Is that a good convention?
Michael is nodding.
It appears to be the convention for model testing.
Okay. Because I haven't hit this like validation stuff yet, or really, I've done relationships, but I like how Darby has this set up where I can describe all instance methods and then just have a list of my instance methods. So cool. I will keep that in mind for future things. All right. Ready for
And- Okay, so I think we need to create a student or a couple students.
Can I steal?
You can.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, and then we need to make an expect. So expect. Oh, wait, this is not an instance method, is it?
This would be a class
A
method, right?
class method.
I guess.
Do you want me to
Because
just,
we need to call it on the class, not the instance of the class. Right?
want me to change this, describe class methods in case we have instance methods later?
If you
Easy
can.
fix. Yeah.
Well, and do you
Okay,
want
so then,
different
go ahead.
describe down here too, to just have that specific method name? Or do you want,
you can if you want to, yeah. So describe, what is this? Average age.
I like it. I tend to organize mine that way just because my brain melts and I can't remember what my method name was if I don't do it that
Yeah,
way.
I like that.
Okay,
So I think you need another end.
it's got a nice little
Um,
mic here. We can, there we go.
Yep.
Thank you.
So then on line 23, expect student dot average age.
Age.
To equal, and I think this was 17, same as the other test.
I think so. I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure I stole it from the one that, yes, I stole the same students.
Do we want to make that a float?
Probably, huh?
If it's.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're asking because it should be.
I'm not that heavy-handed, Darby. So I'm looking over at the read me of the user story 4.4, and it
Yes.
says average age is 14.5. Yeah,
Mhm.
so you know, maybe I am that heavy-handed.
I remember there was no decimal on Sean's phone, so we'll make it a 0.0. Okay,
And then I think it should be on line 23 instead of lowercase student. I believe it should be uppercase
awesome,
since we need to call it on a class.
cool. Would you like me to run?
So,
Sorry, go ahead, shut up, Annie.
no, you're good. So I think I'm confused now. On line 23, is 17 supposed to be a string?
That's a good question, right? So I think it'll be that number, and I could just be blowing hot air at this point. That will be we could interpolate that, I suppose.
Mhm.
Rich is nodding, so I think I'm on the right path, right? So I mean, I think that's an option. So like, I think it depends on what the average method returns. So
Okay.
Do you want me to run the test and kind of see where we are?
Yes, please.
Or spec, models, student spec. Yay, new errors. We love errors. Wonder if
So
Ron
I-
likes errors as much as we do. Oh, no.
So I think we need to actually create the method now in the student model. So 4.5, if you make a new method, def self dot average age.
And it's self because it's a class method, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're trying to find the average age, so. Let me think.
mind if I speak
Hop
up here?
in.
So there is an active record method called average wolf. The dog has an opinion. So
My
it's called-
husband's gonna be home, so I'm just gonna go on mute, but I can hear you.
That's okay. So we can just do average. Like literally, the method is called average, and then we're gonna pass it the symbol, and I believe age is all we need. And that returns a float, as a matter of fact. So let's run that test now and see what happens. Whoa, that's a lot of green. Konnichiwa, sorry. I saw that shot.
That is so cool.
So that is all right, so now we need to get this somehow onto the view. So any takers there?
Darby, do you want to finish what you started, or are you done?
So I was thinking about how I would do this. So I
Mm.
know we need to go to the index.html file and then somehow edit line 7 to like interpolate the average age. But I'm not sure what average age will be called on. So do we just call it on student? Like,
Well,
It's a shot.
go ahead, Sean. Yeah, Sean, please speak up.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think that's worth a shot, in my opinion, but I don't.
I'm sorry, can I get one more?
it's
I'm all distracted.
okay.
What am I doing?
Okay, so on line 7 in the index HTML, yeah. So in quotes and then the like string interpolation.
My brain's
Mm.
catching up. I swear I'm coming. So dink, dink.
Yes. And then this part I'm not sure about, but I'm gonna say capital S student. dot average age.
So,
Why is it sad?
can I, so that string interpolation, that
Mhm.
is Ruby that is happening, right?
Mm,
And we're trying
Oh.
to embed Ruby into an HTML
Yeah.
page. All right,
Yes.
Darby, I feel like a
Yes.
light bulb just went off. Would you like to
Yes,
speak
it
up?
did. So you need
Cabo
the
Modelo.
yes, whatever that was. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but that thing.
Oh no, it's deleted it. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh so loud. Let me. Oh, y'all that can't catch on. That's a no bueno. Okay. Oh, let me get rid of that.
I think you do need the wait, do we need the never mind. Never mind.
I think, all right, Annie, your mouse is doing something. What's your mouse doing?
Is it supposed to use this kind of instance variable at this time because this is all students or this is like students?
Let's try it and break it or pass. Maybe it'll pass. Who knows?
I like breaking things. I don't know. I just know that we pull each student out of all of these. And so I feel like
No, I mean, I think that's a genius idea.
average age. See if I make it mad, but I need to run it different. I'm running this is a feature test now.
Could we just run all the tests at this point?
Well, fine, if you insist. Let's go.
Go. Wait, did you say let's go?
No, I said let's go. Like a little excited sound.
Michael, do you know if capital S student would have worked? I've never tried that one.
I do not know. I know that, yeah, Annie knows.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm not answering that
Oh.
question. Continue.
Could we try it real quick just because I've never tried it? In replacing at students with capital S student. Yeah.
Oops, student.
Students.
Cool. I do have a question. Are we passing this? So we're passing the model test. That's what we just ran and we're passing and we're excited about, right? Is the model test this one?
Oh, we passed both of them, I think.
Yeah, everything.
Passed them all.
Okay, cool.
Passed.
No, it does not like student.
Oh, and so, do we care why?
Can I
Do,
take
like-
a gander at it? Because I think I had this conversation with one of the professors.
Hold on, before you answer that,
Mhm.
will you please put the equal sign on line 7 before that first ERB tag? And then rerun the test?
Ooh.
Ooh,
Nope.
Uh,
My
After-
OCD is acting up.
after the percent.
okay. I thought you said before the first ERB. I'm sorry.
So, yeah, close that up a little bit, please.
Oh, the other side of it.
I need very clear instructions at this moment in time. I'm gonna put my mouse here
Okay,
and you
yeah.
tell me what you need.
all right, so the space to the right of it,
Okay.
remove that, please. All right, cool.
Oh, okay.
Now let's rerun that test.
Interesting.
So it does work.
Now I have no opinions.
Because, so I think what's happening here in one, like our model test, it worked with student with the capital S, of course. And so like, it would have been weird if it didn't work here too. So I think what's happening is like Michael pointed out, average is a active record method. And so we can call that on like an entire class, or we can call it on like a subset of that class. So like an active record association. So like students here, it is taking all of them, but like even if you were excluding some, it's a subset of that of that table.
I-
If that makes sense.
It's like saying subset, but I don't know, Darby's hand went up, so.
So why would it work with at students dot average age without the equals sign?
It didn't,
Oh, okay, so that was deleted
yeah,
before adding, okay, I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure.
yeah. Well, let's see, so how about this? What do we want to do? So we want, like, the question is like, why is add students and capital student working, you know, and I'm trying to think of like, where can we put a pry to sort of like verify what at students is. So how about this? In the students controller, will you please navigate there? And yeah, I don't believe the students controller is open, but you're going to use your fancy new magic trick. So that's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, students controllers there.
I
So
have
yeah,
a theory.
yeah. Is it conspiracy related? No.
I don't know, but is it because we've made at students all of the students? And so that's why that instance variable works right now, is because that's what, like, this contains the same information essentially as like the class does.
This is kind of what I'm driving towards. So on line 4.5, will you please add a pry there of the students controller?
Below.
Yes,
Or
4.5, 4.5, please.
Yeah, there we go.
Thank you. And now, yeah, if we run the test, if we run the test, eventually it will hit that pry, I believe. Okay, so let's do at students dot, I don't know, how can we do at students dot class? Would that work?
Let's find out.
Really?
Mm,
So can you just do capital S student dot class? Maybe. Huh. I don't know if that helped.
I remember something in class about something, I think it's kind of what Annie was talking about, where we could call class methods on a collection of objects or a class. It's like the active record relation would be like a collection of objects or rows. Is that correct? Like,
That sounds so familiar.
So Yuji is saying student dot object, like with the, do you want the question mark in the method, Yuji?
Like this,
Oh.
Eugene?
No, he's saying not, no, it shouldn't be a predicate. Yeah, just try that. What does that do? Huh.
It
No.
was just a guess.
Yeah, no.
That's a good guess.
Yeah. I think for the sake of like just moving along, because it's like 8 o'clock, like
Mhm.
at students was all of them. And Darby sort of provided an answer at this point. That yes, it will work on capital S student or at students.
Okay.
Maybe we'd call self.
Whoa.
Hold on. No, never mind. That's dumb. Forget that I did that.
Okay. See, blank slate, all gone.
Q, yeah. All right. So that's all I got. I think Darby's right, and that's where I'll end it. All right, bye.
Cool. Fantastic. Well, thank you all. Good job, Darby. We made it through user story 4. And I think that's, oh, well, biscuits. Get rid of that. Thank you, everybody, for participating in this and helping get through user story 4. There are a couple, one extension. Nope. Some extensions for you to try on your own. And I will post this video in the Code Help channel to help others walk through it. But thank you, everybody. This is really nice. I appreciate y'all showing up and everybody taking risks and walking us through every step.
Yeah.
thank you for leading, Annie.
Yes, stamps.
Yeah, thanks, Annie.